Skybox here. So, EA recently released a video behind me, we'll get to it, going through some John Madden information, and it's kind of important information, and it's kind of, something we speculated about yesterday. We'll talk about Favre here in a second. And it kind of continues like the all Madden theme that we we saw the graphics and stuff, and I think it's going to be something that we're going to see. I guess we'll just watch the video, and then I'll give my thoughts and see what it means for MUT in the game in general, because there's a new game mode coming.
John Madden dedicated his life to the game of football. He built a winning culture and a Super Bowl winning team. He built tradition.
There's just certain things that go together, the turkey, the family, the tradition, football, and we have it all today.
He built players into legends and legends into all Madden rosters. Coach built a legacy, so we built a legacy game. For you to experience what it's like to be on his sideline. To make big plays with his players in his stadium. And win with generational stars.
Boom, there's a heck of a collision there.
Play the all-new John Madden Legacy game, only in Madden 23.
Sorry, I muted myself. It kind of looks like a reimagined, Pro Bowl, since they're wearing Pro Bowl uniforms. You were looking through some legends. I want to talk about some legends and stuff. Maybe it could be a revamp of Superstar KO, since they haven't updated that and that kind of died off. We see some, obviously, like Randy Moss's, Brett Favre. We talked about me suing EA, then have Brett Favre, Ray Lewis in the game. There's a lot of speculation on who's in the background here. It's kind of hard to tell with some of these flashes. 88s, and I don't know how many 88s, but there's that Deion Sanders over there. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff. John Madden Stadium. They're kind of trying to build his legacy, and it looks like this is going to be a game, not just a game mode, but a game itself just dedicated. Is that Lawrence Taylor right there? To him. Okay. So along those lines, I think they're going to see that a little bit with legends in the game, right? They sprinkle some of them here. I do want to go through, and let's first talk about Brett Favre. And I love John Madden when he speaks about Jet Favre, or when he did speak about Brett Favre.
He was marvelous. I mean, that's the thing about Brett Favre, is you think of all the things that you've always wanted to do, and the things that you could do, and the things that you can't do, and that's Brett Favre. He does it all. I mean...
So it's only right to have Favre back in the game. I'm glad they brought him back for this year as a legend. We could go through all Madden teams, and I do expect a lot of legends to kind of be focused around this going forward. Joe Montana, I'm just looking at some of his all Madden teams, right? Like Joe Montana, we can see back. Dickerson, they brought back. I hate it, dude. I'm gonna go through my list of legends wanted too back in the game. So the game mode itself, I don't know if it'll tie into rewards and stuff, but it is kind of a nice little addition to the game. I do feel like sometimes Madden has a little bit too much game bloat, where there's too many different things to queue up. Like some queues feel dead, right? I think kind of last year, online gameplay, there were 7 different game modes to queue up into with a different queue list. So Madden without crossplay might feel dead on some of those queues because it takes so long, especially with a split generation. So I don't know, a little bit more game blow, but hopefully they got rid of salary cap. Hopefully they get rid of Superstar KO and move those cooler modes that were buried in Superstar KO to the front of the page. The 2v2, 3v3 with reg teams. Those were awesome. That just nobody played. Also the college thing. So a lot of these cards, Russ Grimm, has it been a couple years since we saw Grimm? Was it 21? I don't remember, actually. Since we had Grimm, Richard Den, there's so many, absolute legends here, right? And huge names that we all, know and love so much. Donnie Shell, one of my most requested Steelers. Him and Carnell Lake as safeties are my needs, right? Because we have a lot of Mike Haynes Raiders. So I was I'll go through Hall of Fame Raiders too. I'll go through his 1991 too. All Madden squad that was on this website. There's videos out there, but it was nice that some of these things put it together. Merrill Hodge was on his all Madden team. Really, I didn't realize that. Merrill Hodge, I guess, a running back for the Steelers. I think we saw Bettis in this trailer here too. I saw somebody mention that we saw Bettis at one point. Is that Allen? Okay.
What it's like to be.
Bettis would be, there's Lewis. That's NFC. I'm not sure. Oh, there he is. Jerome Bettis. Sweet. So Jerome Bettis was not 22. It looks like he's in 23. That's kind of hot. But yeah, other names. Who do you guys want? Let me know in the comment section. I mean, I got my list. I'll bring it over. We also, I think a lot of guys that'll come here that we've had for the previous few years, they'll have just like Hall of Fame Raiders, right? A lot of these cards have already been in the game. Like Willie Brown's been here. George Blanda, if we've had him, it's been like 5 years, I feel like. I actually don't remember that at all. Blitnikov's been in the game a lot. Art Shell's been in the game. It might have been a bit for him. I'm getting my Maddens mixed up, but we have absolutely seen these names. Haynes is in here every year. Eric Dickerson. I'm actually kind of angry they brought him back. Howie Long, Ronnie Lott, Dave Casper, the ghost to the post. So expect, like, you know, our rewards to be focused on a lot of legends to come from, like, you know, all Madden or Madden stuff going forward, because it does look like the game is, like, specifically dedicated to him overall. And I think Cliff Branch is the most recent one in 2022, along with Seymour. So a lot of cool names, stuff that I want to see. Like, I put out this legend list, like, last year. Here's what June 1st, 2021 is when I last made it. And, like, the guys they brought into the game, they brought him, well, 21, yeah, they brought him into it. 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 He's here. He's not yet. He's here. He's not. He's here. Wow, they actually nailed it. Like, are there any legends left that would be, like, surprising? Like, Madden, I think, is more than, like, any game, except for maybe 2K. I heard 2K does really well with legends, too. Does a great job. Like, MLB is terrible with legends. But Madden's actually brought a lot of them. Like, is there a crazy name that they could bring back to make people go, whoa, like, what is that name? We've had, I think Darryl Green would be a cool one too. I would really love Ironhead Hayward, you know, a incredible halfback from the 90s, Cam Hayward's father. I talked about Bullet Bob's. Yeah, this is from Madden 22. Forrest Gregg, some offensive linemen. Just cool names, right? I just love the names themselves. Art Monk, he was in, like, old Maddens back when they, like, old Maddens used to have, like, legend rosters until they got sued, like, hardcore by Jim Brown, I think it was, that did it. And then they kind of, like, left off. And they're like, well, we can't do that anymore. So now they got to pay for rights, and they have. And that's why we don't have legend rosters anymore, sadly. Peyton Hill stuff, but we are getting legend rosters for, like, the Madden game mode. So we got a lot of that. Top 10 busts would be a cool promo, but that's not really what I'm talking about. The previous one. The top 10 Steelers I want to see in the game right here. We talked about Donnie Shell, Carnell Lake, Terry Bradshaw, Greg Lloyd, Lambert, Rocky Blyer. That'd be kind of cool. Like, I always thought, like, if they did, like, that long shot, you know how they do in Face of the Franchise? Just tell the Rocky Blyer story, like going off to war, coming back with a war injury, and then playing football. I think that would actually make for a compelling storyline instead of, like, you know, the same crap they do every year. Although this year's a little different, to be fair. You're not like a few years into your career, rather just going from high school to college to pros over and over again. Dermontti Dawson, one of the greatest centers of all time. Mike Webster, again, one of the greatest centers of all time. I think Mike Webster's kid's like, hey, what do I have to do to get my father into the game? I think that's literally been something that he asked on Twitter. I'm surprised that he isn't. Alan Faneca, we got into the game. Joey Porter, and then Gary Anderson here. And Mel Blount, I don't know where Mel Blount was. Franco Harris was back in 22. He wasn't in 21. But Mel Blount, I don't know where he's been for a couple years. I want him back badly. So expect this will kind of, like, you know, a lot of the legends to be, you know, focused around the all Madden teams or Madden himself going forward, especially with the game mode and what they've gotten brought into the game. So hopefully they've done a good job bringing in Pepper Johnson and Charles Haley, of course, was crazy. And then here's the final iteration of the team. Of course, Brett Favre. Yeah, so many. Garrison Hurst. Hey, he was actually in the game, wasn't he? Man, T.O. I think T.O. just wants too much money, and that's why he's not in the game right now. He's, like, asking for, like, $1 million a year or something. He is like, God dang. We got to do all those $1 billion stock buybacks a year. I can't afford $1 million on T.O. Oh, man. Cheap sons of guns. Hugh Douglas. I like Hugh Janus better. Porsche's been in the game. Porsche? I can't say his name right. I shouldn't even pronounce it. Keith Trailer. That tractor trailer? Love the thickness. Nice. Yeah, overall, some really like memorable names here. But I'm just gonna end the video here, and let me know in the comment section what legends you guys want to see. I gave my list. Let me see yours. I showed you mine. See you tomorrow.